Banks are collapsing, and this begs the question from any individual, business, or savvy investor. Where should I keep my money? Not just to make it grow, but to protect it. Hey everyone, my name is Derek, and I got my degree in finance, so you don't have to. In this video, I want to share with you 4 safe places that you should consider keeping your money, especially right now with everything that's going on in the banking sector. And definitely make sure to stick around till the end because the last one is quite interesting, and I doubt that you'll be able to guess what it is. Let's get right into the video. Number 1, let's get this out of the way at the beginning. If you are going to keep your money at a bank right now, you need to make sure of 2 things. The first is that the bank that you are choosing to keep your money in is FDIC insured. Now, most accounts at most banks are, but there are a couple of things that we need to note. Money market accounts may or may not be FDIC insured, so don't assume and make sure. Also, money invested in the market is usually not FDIC insured. And if you are a big baller and you have over $250,000, make sure to keep those funds in separate, smaller accounts at multiple different banks. And that leads me to my next point. If you are not a big baller, you should still diversify between multiple banks. Let's say you have $10,000. Why would you risk it and keep all of that money at one single bank? There are many good banks out there. You should use a few of them and diversify your assets across multiple institutions. Okay, number 2, your silly grandpa may have been right after all. Having some of your money in gold, and no, I don't mean a gold ETF, I mean actual physical gold, may not be a bad idea. Gold is one of the oldest stores of wealth, way older than our paper money. And gold actually used to be what the US dollar was backed by. So it stood the test of time, and it's been trusted by major world governments. The problem with physical gold is that you are now responsible in keeping that physical asset safe. There is no FDIC insurance for lost or stolen gold. But if you're responsible and you can keep that gold safe and out of prying hands, then gold is a very safe place to store your money. And not only is gold a good place to store your money, it is a great hedge against inflation, which in the time that we live in is also a valuable point to consider. Number 3, the roof over your head. And again, I don't mean a real estate stock or a REIT. I mean actual physical real estate. If we are talking about keeping your money safe, then it is obvious that physical assets are going to be at the top of that list. Now, I understand that not everyone owns and a lot of people rent, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get creative. Out-of-state rentals, small portions of land come to mind, but that is topic for another video. What about for those of you who already own a home? Am I saying to go buy another house? No, not necessarily. Most people cannot afford to do so. But what about much needed updates to the home that you already own? Remember that most home improvements will increase the value of your property. That means that while you see a decrease in your bank account, you will not see a decrease in your net worth. Remember, your bank account is not your net worth. They are separate things, and we must remember that. Now, some updates are better than others. New kitchens, new flooring, remodeled bathrooms will all add value to your property. And if the entire goal is to move some money out of your bank account and into a physical asset, this is a great way to do so. And it's a great way to do so without decreasing your net worth. Number 4, this one is quite interesting, and I don't think a lot of people know that this even exists. This is something I learned a long time ago, and it has changed my life in small but very profound ways. It is called cash purchasing power. And the idea behind this is that your money has power in relation to purchasing goods. As you increase the amount of goods that you purchase, you decrease the amount of money spent per good. So when times are interesting and banks are not as safe as they once were perceived to be, you can use your cash to buy yourself discounts, which will compound over time. Here's an example. Toothbrushes have a very long shelf life, but most of us just buy one every single time that we need to. Why? When you buy 10, 15, or 20, you get quite a discount, and those toothbrushes aren't going to spoil over time. What about things that do spoil? Chicken, beef, and even vegetables. Most of us take a weekly trip to the grocery store, and that is where we mess up. If we start thinking in a monthly or 6-month time frame, we can save ourselves quite a bit of money. So why don't most people do this? Because up front, it does cost more money, and people like seeing their money in their bank account. But if the entire goal is to move some of your money out of a bank account and into a safer place, that safer place might just be your pantry, your bathroom closet, or your freezer. Yes, in the short term, your bank account will shrink more than usual. But besides that being the entire point, if we're trying to move our money out of a bank account, you will also save a lot of money in the long run. Now look, we live in a modern, mostly well-functioning economic society. So do I think that you need to run out there and convert all of the cash in your bank account into gold and toothbrushes? No. But I do believe that in some way, we do not see past the facade that modern society actually is. Sometimes we feel too safe because we live in a modern structured society. And this all works out until it doesn't. While society might seem stable, it is actually quite fragile, built by emotional and a lot of times greedy human beings. So yes, society might be stable, but it might also be a house of cards. Unfortunately, most of us will not be prepared or even know it until it is too late. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, my name is Derek and I got my degree in finance, so you don't have to. I film videos like this all the time, and my goal in 2023 is really to put the best personal finance content out on the planet, and I really want to push forward with doing that. So if you want to follow along, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video.